بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى اللهم وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. The topic in hand is a very difficult topic. Very difficult to discuss with young people and students because you don't know where to start. So I'll take it from another angle. That inshallah ta'ala will lead you guys to know what's happening by yourselves. I want to remind you that Islam is about one thing and one thing alone. Deen al-Islam has maqasid, but the most important one is to take people from darkness into the light. Min al-dhulumati ila al-nur. And what that means is from ignorance to knowledge. Because knowledge is the key to everything in life. When you know, you know. هل يستوي الذين يعلمون والذين لا يعلمون. You cannot compare those who have knowledge to those who are ignorant. And the sickness that destroys people and nations is the sickness of ignorance. Jahl. Jahl is what kills people and nations and societies because it leads them to do the wrong things. It leads them to stray away from the guidance and from the right path. And when people deviate from the straight path, they start doing things. And this is what the Quran tells us in relation to the history of the people before us. Okay? So for you as students, what is important is to learn. Is to know who you are, first thing first. Know your weakness so you can address it. Know your people. Know your history. And most importantly, know your enemy. Because there is nothing worse than following your enemy. And this is what is happening. This is the reality of what's happening. There's so much misguidance, misinformation, misrepresentation in social media and in other platforms that young people risk not knowing who their teachers are, not knowing who their friends from who their foes are, not knowing who their enemies. The world, the people who are making these platforms available and trying to take away the most important possession that we have. Do you know the most important possession that you have? Do you know what it is? Time. Time is the most important possession that we have. Because time makes who we are. Using time the right way, we become someone. Wasting our time, we are no one. And what does social media do? Waste your time. You become addicted to certain things that sometimes spend hours and hours and hours not knowing, scrolling. Because these are satanic. Shaitan is behind this. You try and read the Quran, 2 minutes later, 1 page later, you're tired. I need to sleep. You can't. You can't last 2 minutes. You see the masjid on Friday prayers. People cannot last 20 minutes. They start fidgeting. But when you are on these platforms and on social media, because Shaitan makes them look nice, you're going like this hours and hours and hours. So these, our enemies, are taking our time from us. Because you lack the basic discipline to study, to know your history, to know right from wrong, to understand at the end darkness from reality, darkness from Nur. But the reality is because when you have a discipline, you use your time rightly, the Muslim world will be able to produce heroes. You become someone. Heroes like Salahuddin al-Ayyubi. Heroes that have self-discipline. But when we don't have self-discipline, we will never be anyone. when we don't know our heroes and our history. We take the wrong people for our heroes. And then this shows what is wrong with the Muslim Ummah. Why are people in Gaza being killed on day and night and no one is moving a finger? This shows the sickness in our hearts. This shows the sickness in our mentality. And it's time you give up on this. It's time you start to become disciplined. It's time you use your time wisely. It's time you to think about becoming someone. And the concern is that we have for the Muslim world and what you should do and what you should think like. Then you become a hero. And you will never become a hero unless you get educated. And you cannot get educated unless you use your time wisely. And you will not use your time wisely and then until you have self-discipline. So start to think about this. Start to think to know who you are. Start to giving yourself some discipline. And start knowing right from wrong to become someone. Jazakumullahu khair.
Palestine, tomorrow will be free. Palestine, tomorrow will be free.